Are you a conspiracy theorist? If you are, explain it to us. Why do you not believe the footage that's already been released or what the palace has been saying? Or aren't just people jumping into these wild conclusions for other reasons? What are they? Who knows? But get in touch, whether it's you or someone you know. I'd love to hear from you. JB, what do you think? Firstly, I mean, do you buy any of these theories?
There's
a long pause, JB.
There is a long pause because I am somewhat of a royalist.
Right.
So I am pro, if I can say that, the royal family. I love the idea of the fairy tale, of the magic of the royalty and royal family. And for me, I like to believe that what people say is true. That's just how I am in general. When it comes to if it's a body double, of course, there'll be people who will be body doubles and will go, there's people who mimic JLS and go on tour as JLS, and that's, to me, that's fine. When it comes to the authenticity of whether it is her and William, whether they've actually gone, to this farm shop and gone about their business, it's very difficult to believe that they wouldn't. So I don't know. I find it difficult to buy into any of this conspiracy theories.
But why do you think these conspiracy theories are still there? I mean, look, these are the pictures. We've shown a bit of the video as well. They were shot by a member of the public. From what we understand, this is with the palace's, I don't want to say permission because they don't need the permission, but the palace has also sanctioned the fact that this video was released by the Sun. Why are we still, Belinda, having people going, no, there's something off. It's not her. It's a body double. It's AI. What more proof do these people need?
I think humans are drawn to mysteries. They're drawn to...
But where's the mystery?
Well, the idea that something may or may not have happened and where the mind wanders, who's done what to whom. We had that terrible case of that poor mother that slipped into the river, I think it was last year, and for weeks and weeks, the conspiracy theories over where was she, what happened to her. I do think it's part of human nature to have this, my goodness me, this huge star, this high profile, soon to be, well, not too soon to be queen, mega superstar has disappeared, seems like disappeared off the face of the earth.
But she hasn't, though. People have told us exactly what's happening to her. She went in for surgery. She was in hospital for a couple of weeks. And now she's recuperating and doesn't want to go out and about.
And she's done nothing wrong. But Princess of Wales was just ill. Poor woman, And whenever any of us are ill, I don't want my medical information thrown about newspapers. Neither did she. And I think people feel so entitled to pick at her bones and pick at who she... Like this kind of vulture culture that social media really encourages to nitpick and destroy people's private privacy and dignity for clicks, for likes, and for money.
A lot of people are saying that this has all come about because of bad management of information. Even though, as we have just said, we were told she was going in for abdominal surgery, she was going to be in hospital for a couple of weeks, and then she was going to recuperate. But people are saying... this has all happened because there's been a void of information and because we haven't had our hands held throughout every day of her recovery, people are going to make up their own minds. Now, also, people are going to point out to their sort of touched-up photo on Mother's Day. But, JB, here's what my issue's been throughout. Conspiracy theories rarely can get battled by facts. If a conspiracy theory is there and you go, here are the facts, makes no difference to conspiracy theories. So I put it to you that even if you didn't have this information so-called void, the conspiracy theories will still be there.
I think you're right. They would still exist. But the issue is, or the reason why they exist, is because you just don't know. And unless you're, a friend of the royal families or you've got a connection to them where you can vouch for the fact that, actually, I heard it from my friend and they know because they've spent time with them before, you can't get to the bottom of the of the question or even the answer. And I think that's the same you find it within entertainment. You've got stars in Hollywood or whatever, did they or didn't they? Were they or weren't they? And you'll never know because for most people, that connection to those people, as you say, it is a fairy tale. It's something that they aspire to, but can never really quite figure out.
OK. Well, look, if you are one of them or if you know someone who is really fallen in for all these conspiracy theories, I'd like to hear from you. Why? Why do you think we've got to this place? 0207 862 2222. Belinda, is there anything that Kate Middleton herself can do or the Prince of Wales can do to allay these conspiracy theories, or do we just have to accept them now?
I don't think we should demand anything of them at all. I think there's this awful sense of entitlement, ownership over these human beings, this mother of 3 young children. She is just a mum and a wife and a daughter, as well as being royal. But the monarchy in itself is going to be put in jeopardy, I think, and I worry if this constant attacking and tearing apart of tiny little mistakes. I don't want Princess of Wales to be put off from taking the crown when it's her time, because I think she'd make the most fantastic queen for this country. But if it continues like this, and there's no relief for someone in the royal family who happens to be going through a deeply personal and intimate and maybe painful time that she wants to protect her family from, we have to be careful. We need to protect and defend the monarchy, because it's the envy of the world, and we're very lucky to have it.
Okay. Well, look, the Prince of Wales has been seen visiting housing initiatives in Sheffield today. There he is. He's promoting his homelessness project. I mean, it's going to be quite tricky for any member of the royal family right now to be doing any public appearances, because, of course, that's all people want to ask about, JB.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult, and I think it does come with the territory. It's as simple as that. But the bottom line is that with all the stuff that's circulating, all the stuff that's going on, they are private matters. You know, his wife having abdominal surgery, that's a private matter. You know, the things that King Charles is going through, again, a private matter. And under normal circumstances, were they not royalty, most of the time they probably wouldn't be discussed unless it's a friend or a close family or, you know, relative, something like that. And yes, of course, they are, you know, our monarchs. They lead a country to in a sense. And so you want to know. And there is a duty, I suppose, to have that conversation. Yeah, they're figureheads.
They are figureheads. And they, you know, as we see from Prince William today, they have a job to do. They support charities. So they're not just a sort of a mother or a family member. They do more. So I understand the public interest, what's in the public interest. But what I don't understand, and again, if you're one of those people, give us a call. I'd love you to call up and explain it to myself and Belinda and JP, why all this information that's out there about Kate Middleton, you had the statement from the Kensington Palace, you've got the video today, you had photos, you've had all those things. Why is that not enough for you? Why do you believe that there's something more sinister or something different going on? Give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. 027 862 2222. Joanne's got in touch on Facebook. She says, I personally think the palace are not doing anything to help the situation. The way they've handled it seems amateur, but on the flip side, why is it so important? Sharon also says, when she had the operation, they said she would be taking time out to recover until Easter. So what's the problem? Again, 2 very good statements. And yet, Belinda, you and I and JB, just before we came on here, we've been looking on social media and it's going bananas. It
is going bananas.
Is there something else going on? Is that being driven because we know that all these clicks and these articles that have been written on all sorts of publications online, every time you click, you make money. So are people basically jumping on the bandwagon that people are curious, let's make some more money by printing all sorts of weird stories? I
think you've hit the nail on the head there. I do think it is about clicks. It's you know, everyone can be a journalist now. There's a lot of fake news going. I mean, TikTok is full of where's Kate and what's happened to her theories. And people are fascinated and intrigued because, as we've mentioned, it is an incredibly magical, precious thing to still have a monarchy. And people want to know princess stories and the crown. I don't think has helped massively, although I loved it, because it has literally made people addicted to the family.
That's an interesting point. Let's speak to Emmanuel, who's got in touch from London. Emmanuel, welcome to the show. Do you buy into all these conspiracy theories, Emmanuel?
Well, me personally, just a little experience of mine. I'd left my home area that I was born in for 8 years, came back, got told I was in a mad home. So I understand where Kate's coming from. Anyone can make up any rumours about you if they don't see you, if they haven't heard from you. Everybody tries this guesswork. But I think a lot of the Kate conspiracy comes from the Mother Day edit as well. And
the edited photo.
The photo.
But Emmanuel, and maybe everybody edits their photos. Have you been on social media? Every magazine cover that you've seen has been edited. That photo, JB, you've done so many photo shoots as part of JLS. Aren't all your photos edited?
Yes, I have to admit that all our photos are edited. And it's because you've got 4 people and everybody wants to look their best. And when you're standing side by side, the likelihood is that you're not going to get all 4 people looking their best.
Especially if they're children.
Especially
I've
if they're
tried
children.
taking photos of my 4 kids and it's almost impossible.
Okay, so Emmanuel, I mean, if we accept the fact that everybody edits their photos, and she even came out and said, I've dabbled with editing a few photos, what's the problem?
Well, I think it could be this around this as well. 2 more points is that when Prince Charles went through his dilemma the other day, I feel that he was, the world made us feel that he was so transparent about everything. So, plus, Kate has never really had like a dilemma throughout her whole. So the fact that it's like, oh my God, Kate is ill. Oh my, this first time we've got something on. But where is she? And it's almost like, let's create this. You know, there's going to be people out there that's wanting to create this so that they can push this agenda, which creates theories, clickbait, questions, opens up everybody's mind to what's in there about Kate. And I think that a part of that, along, as you said, with The Crown, the books that Harry and Meghan all. There's so much around that we probably you don't even hear your friends speak about. So much in the minds that we've got about the royals.
Emmanuel,
everything's coming out now.
Emmanuel, here's my worry, and I think we all share this, that I think we've got to the point right now where this has gone so out of control, where even if the Princess of Wales came out and did an interview with someone and answered questions, people would still not be satisfied and say, well, yes, you would say that, wouldn't you? I mean, it seems like we've gone completely out of control. I don't quite see how you put that genie back in the bottle right now.
I think you make such a valid point. I mean, they'd have body language experts. You know, what are her arms saying? What are her clothes suggesting? And is she lying? Is it AI? Is it the real Kate? I mean, how on earth are you supposed to function on a public platform when this kind of wave of fake news and conspiracy theories start targeting, especially, you know, Princess Kate, who's barely put a foot wrong her whole entire life, and all she did was edit a photo and be ill. That's all that she has done, and it's created this whirlwind. And I think she's steely enough, though. I think she's from very good steely stock to get through it and to ignore the masses. But I don't know how you put the genie back in the bottle.
Okay. Well, look, we're going to move on now. Thanks, Emmanuel. Thank you for your messages on that as well.